p.m. Dexter around 4:30 p.m. Ann Arbor and Whitmore Lake around 4:35 p.m. Sailing around 4:40 p.m. Dixboro around 4:45 p.m. Ypsilanti, Milan, and Salem around 4:50 p.m. Willis around 5 p.m. Other locations impacted by these severe thunderstorms include Hudson Mills, Pittsfield Township, Whittier, Linden Township, Hudson Mills Metro Park, Bridgewater, Delhi Mills, Pleasant Lake, and Barton Hills. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:15 p.m. for the following county: Washtenaw, Michigan. Here is the forecast for the northern suburbs. Severe thunderstorm watch 221 in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. Tonight, cloudy with showers likely and a chance of thunderstorms in the evening. Then partly cloudy with a chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Lows in the mid-60s. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday, breezy. The National Weather Service in Detroit, Pontiac has issued a special marine warning for Detroit River, Lake St. Clair open Lake U South. Portion, Michigan waters of Lake Erie from Detroit River to North Cape, Michigan, until 6:15 p.m. At 4:10 p.m., strong thunderstorms were located along the line extending from 22 nautical miles west of Wyandotte to 13 nautical miles northwest of Lapeer to 18 nautical miles west of North Cape, moving northeast at 25 knots. Hazard, wind gusts to nearly 50 knots and small hail. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Strong thunderstorms will be near Woodland Beach and Detroit Beach around 5:05 p.m. Wyandotte and Gibraltar around 5:10 p.m. Stony Point around 5:15 p.m. Elizabeth Park Marina, Lake Erie Metro Park Harbor, and Estrel Beach around 5:20 p.m. The Ambassador Bridge in Grosse Ile around 5:25 p.m. Detroit River Light around 5:30 p.m. Belle Isle around 5:40 p.m. St. Clair Shores and Grosse Pointe around 5:50 p.m. Other locations impacted by strong thunderstorms include Woodland Beach, Stony Point, Gibraltar, Estrel Beach, and Detroit Beach. The severe thunderstorm warning for northeast. The National Weather Service in Detroit, Pontiac has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Wayne County in southeastern Michigan, Oakland County in southeastern Michigan, until 5:30 p.m. At 4:18 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along the line extending from South Lyon to near Dundee, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near Novi, Milford, Kenton, South Lyon, Northville, and Belleville around 4:25 p.m. Romulus around 4:30 p.m. Livonia around 4:35 p.m. West Bloomfield and Clarkson around 4:40 p.m. Southfield, Pontiac, and Ortonville around 4:45 p.m. Oxford and Birmingham around 4:55 p.m. Troy and Royal Oak around 5 p.m. Rochester around 5:05 p.m. Other locations impacted by these severe thunderstorms include Franklin, Keego Harbor, Melvindale, Gibraltar, Waterford, Holly State Recreation Area, Commerce, Auburn Hills, Lake Angeles, and Harper Woods. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:30 p.m. for the following counties in Michigan, Oakland, and Wayne. Here is the forecast for the National Weather Service in Detroit, Pontiac has issued a special marine warning for Harbor Beach to Port Santa Lick, Michigan, Lake Huron from Harbor Beach to Port Santa Lick 5 miles offshore to US-Canadian border, Lake Huron from Port Austin to Harbor Beach 5 miles offshore to the US-Canadian border, Lake Huron from Port Santa Lick to Port Huron 5 miles offshore to US-Canadian border, Port Austin to Harbor Beach, Michigan, Port Santa Lick to Port Huron, Michigan, St. Clair River, until 6:30 p.m. At 4:15 5:58 p.m., strong thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Seaboweek to 26 nautical miles west of Lexington to 27 nautical miles west of New Baltimore, moving east at 30 knots. Hazard, wind gusts to nearly 50 knots and small hail. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Strong thunderstorms will be near Port Sanilac and Rickmanville around 5:40 p.m. Harbor Beach, Lexington, Port Hope, and White Rock around 5:45 p.m. Lakeport around 5:55 p.m. Port Huron around 6:05 p.m. Other locations impacted by strong thunderstorms include White Rock and Rickmanville. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. The severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Livingston County will expire at 5 p.m. The storms which prompted the warning have moved out of the area. Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. Showers and possible lightning will persist for another 15 to 30 minutes. A severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for southeastern Michigan. Repeating, the severe thunderstorm warning has been allowed to expire for the following county: Livingston, Michigan. National Weather Service in Detroit, Pontiac has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Macomb County in southeastern Michigan, St. Clair County in southeastern Michigan, until 6:30 p.m. At 4:59 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near North Branch to near Livonia, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near Warren and Sterling Heights around 5:10 p.m. Romeo around 5:20 p.m. Clinton Township around 5:25 p.m. St. Clair Shores, Mount Clemens, Capac, and Macomb Township around 5:30 p.m. Armada around 5:35 p.m. Yale around 5:40 p.m. New Baltimore, Richmond, Memphis, and Emmett around 5:45 p.m. Algonac around 6:10 p.m. Other locations impacted by these severe thunderstorms include Anshoreville, North Street, Roseville, Shelby Township, Lynn Township, Brave Center, Brockway, Utica, Washington, and Fort Gratiot. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 6:30 p.m. for the following counties in Michigan: Macomb and St. Clair. The severe thunderstorm warning for